Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Aaron Rodgers. What happened? Divisional round, obviously, special teams nightmare. But what happened? Aaron Rodgers, Packers offense versus the 49ers. We are diving into it, breaking it down. I think this might have some things that potentially could foreshadow to some issues and maybe some opportunities for the Packers moving forward. Fired up to share this one. Let's dive into it. Welcome to the QB School. Besides for the special teams nightmare, what the hell happened? We're going to look at the good, the bad, maybe foreshadow a little to some potential issues and some spots where Rodgers and the Packers might actually be better moving forward. But right here, nice little, what I'm going to call slot option, just by the way that Adams takes this stem. But this is a really nice job. First of all, the formation, manipulation, get the shift to 2x2. Then we get the actual route that we're talking about from Adams in the slot. So we're coming up here, and then the way he hits this top, almost like a shuffle, to me makes this feel like this is an option. So he can set it down, he can run a hitch, he can probably run in, and then he can also take this thing to the short post or to the slant. Now, in this type of route, the reason I love the shift element of this is because it puts the three eligibles to the boundary, to the short side. So that potentially this Mike linebacker type, 1, 2, 3 linebacker types, whether this is the star, nickel, whatever, don't care. When he works to the third eligible side, it allows this window to be voided and a lot more space to work. So even though technically it's 3/2, there's all this space to the inside. So he's able to come up here, use his patience, route running ability, separate with some change of direction. Really nice job being able to take advantage. And obviously that's a really special wide receiver. You can see that just that little shift at the top. He's going against the technique of that nickel or that star. See, that nickel or that star is inside him. He wants him to go out. In fact, he goes out later in the game, and 4, the corner down here at the bottom, tattoos him. Crosses technique, really nice job. Again, it's there because 54 goes towards the back. Technically, I think you can make the argument, besides the fact that this is universal. 54 right there, split field safety, check, middle field open. See, Aaron looks directly to the left immediately. To me, you'd probably love to see 54 work back towards the middle of the field. Again, classic 12 here, falling away, doesn't need a perfect footwork, got the torque, accuracy to be able to play like that for a really long time. Do not try that at home. Next one, this is a tough fumble. Now, this is a nice job from Aaron going to his left. Again, easy little flick, world-class accuracy. Lewis puts it on the ground. Again, by no means is this on Aaron Rodgers. Again, love the design. Get the motion going to it. Boot to your left. Nothing easy about this. Again, watch him get his body around, get a little bit downhill, navigate the throwing lane. This thing goes to the right of this big old paw. Right on him, right on his face. And y'all think I'm joking about the accuracy thing. Right up on his face. Easy to catch. Can't hold it for him. This time 54 makes a world-class punch, a little peanut punch. And it's rough. But love the design. Change the launch point. Take some pressure out that offensive line. And then it's just everything but the finish of that play. Tough turnover. Certainly not the quarterback's fault. Again, going to your left. Not easy to do. Get pressure right in your face. You got to be able to navigate that throwing lane. He can change arm angles as well as anyone. And the accuracy combined. Next one, 3rd and 5. Double stick down here to the bottom. Adams, really nice job separating. Again, the trust here. The accuracy, good enough. 3rd and 5. Can't really get through that throw. That's a really nice job converting a play that those guys have run dozens and dozens and dozens of hundreds of times. I'm not sure why I said dozens, but hundreds of times, if not thousands. Double stick. That's where the ball goes. It's with a clear and an inside stick. The coaching point here on double stick is that this number 2 stick, the number 2 eligible, 1, 2, 3, he cannot stop. He cannot shut it down. So oftentimes in stick, you can kind of hook out. The inside guy can hook out. The number 2 must keep running because he's got somebody right in his tailpipe. And really, you're usually just reading this corner. If this corner gets depth, you're almost certainly going to have the number 2, especially when it's one of the best wide receivers in the game. Nice job. 3rd and 5. This is a really important conversions in this game because the third downs go sideways really quickly. Again, nice job with the pass pro. Gets the ball out. Again, the timing of this thing. Great play call. Quick game. Get it out. Get a conversion. Next one, right before half. 40 seconds left. We hit the back on a massive scramble play. This is just a simple shallow cross. We'll talk about how he gets to this scramble, to this throw, but let's just appreciate the playmaking ability to begin with. Outside the pocket, dime. I think the back makes this probably a little bit harder of a catch than it has to be. Probably should score there because he does a pirouette. Still a massive, massive play. What should be a back-breaking play. Again, for whatever reason, doesn't like it in the pocket. The vision and the accuracy. Y'all, the vision and the accuracy. This is a check swing or check wide that turns into this play. My goodness. Just beyond special playmaking ability from the quarterback position. Should it have gone there? Okay, so we get to this 2x2 condensed formation here. To me, this is just an iteration of shallow cross. What is shallow cross? Shallow cross is this shallow coming across. If it's man, he keeps running. If it's zone, which it is, he settles. From the back here, the shallow cross is usually paired with a deep hook. So over the ball, hook. That's it. That's the read. If it's zone, you usually read this saying 1 to 2. If it's man, it's just switched. Now, you can pair it with another concept to the field. And what they do here is a 7 stop or corner stop. So run a corner, stop it usually at the top of the numbers to the field. It looks like it's paired with either trying to make this thing look like mesh or like an over. I'm going to guess it's just a crummy mesh. Now, when this is the type of read it is, usually for specific looks, you would want to 1A this, alert this, whatever you want to say. To me, this is a cloud zone play. What do they get here? They get some iteration of this. So why the ball doesn't go to the 7 stop or the corner stop or the deep hook in zone, I don't know. Or the shallow that settles up here, I don't know. Only 12 can answer that question. I wasn't in the quarterback room, not going to pretend to know the read. But I am going to tell you that this is open, this is open, this is open, and he usually doesn't miss these types of plays. So it's just a peek inside potential issues that could be coming down the line as far as maybe guessing, things going a little fast. Again, I get it. It's super easy with the clicker. Okay, don't freak out. One of the best to ever do it. And there's some misses here. Again, that 7 stop up top is open. Let it rip. That deep hook is open over the ball. Now, maybe he gets flush before those things come open. Okay. It's still an amazing play. And it can be questioned and appreciated at the same time. It's okay. Again, check out that deep hook over the ball. Again, look. First of all, that deep hook over the ball is wide open. Adams on the shallow, open. Put it on his right shoulder right there. What are Aaron's eyes doing here? I can't tell you. Looks like he's looking right, left, down, and he's out. It looks like he just never quite lets the thing develop. So even what I would technically say the first half of this is a bad play, bad read, it turns into a world-class play, which should be a touchdown. Next, 3rd and 3. And let's go back to the scoreboard here before it changes. 3rd and 3 from the 11, 20 seconds left. Got a chance to go up 7 into half. What should be at worst 10. People celebrating in the booth. Look at that. High fives in there. Big plays. This is the very next play after that big play. Now, middle field open. You're going to attack the middle of the field in the red area. We're going to talk about this play and talk about where I think the miss is. I think it should go to the number 3 receiver. Really fortunate to get the ball back here. I didn't go back and watch the broadcast, but I'm guessing some iteration of the tuck roll here, or empty hand, whatever they want to call it. But really lucky. Maybe the Packers get it back on the ground. To me, this play, what it looks like, I'm not going to tell you I know what this play is, but I can tell you what it looks like. It looks like inside fade from the number 2s. It looks like some sort of like arrow spot whip route from the number 1s. And then where I think the ball should go here is attacking the middle here with whatever you want to call this route, where they come up and you hit this thing. And that really isn't a great drawing. It almost like he just hits this thing like a vertical. And so, first of all, inside fades, these routes are usually only good versus middle field close. You wouldn't want to throw them very often versus middle field open, because it essentially is going to be a 2-on-1 up there with bad leverage everywhere. So let's just say because it's open, meaning that there's split safeties here, we're not going to throw the inside fades. So immediately it is this down to these, down to these. And if I had to make an argument, if I'm coaching the quarterbacks in this room, coaching anybody, whether it's a Hall of Famer or whoever, this window with this spacing, even though this guy's a great player, that spacing, just that little bit of space for an NFL quarterback, let alone the best, most accurate guy ever to play, if this ball's thrown on his back shoulder, it's a touchdown. So to me, this is a 4-point play, and really ends up being a -7 when they block the field goal here. Okay, so let's watch it a few times, and then I'm going to add a little special sauce that I rarely do on this channel. I usually save it for courses, but I think this play could even be better. So could he put it right there on the back shoulder to the number 3? To me, he could. For whatever reason, it looks like he is trying to eyeball Adams and just stays on him way too long on a route that will never be there. Inside fade versus middle field open, not going to be there. So again, I'll just do the timing here when this ball should come out to the number 3. 1, 2, 3, right there. Throw it right on the goal line, right on his back shoulder. Maybe it's a collision from the safety and the backer, but you got a shot. It's not a sack, or what should be a sack. Now, what could this play be better, in my opinion? I like this play. I like this play because it's not a great drawing. Inside fade, great. Middle field close, these are great throws into the end zone. I love attacking the middle of the field here, with whatever this is. Love it. The next thing I would add here, and they do it a little later, different teams call these different routes, whether you come in here and run this little stop or spot, I should say, spot or snag, and instead of sitting here, some teams will run out with arrows. Okay, that's decent. I like that play, runaway versus man. What I really like would be, and this is me taking it to the next level, you're welcome for using this, hit this thing. So really, it's a variation of 5 verticals, 7-on-7 seasons right around the corner. Use it, you're welcome. Great red zone play. If I was coaching, I'd be using it. So we've got the middle, attacking the middle, not a great drawing, attacking the middle. We've got the inside fades for middle field closed, middle field open. We take the middle, we check the middle. If not, we've got these delay, whether you call them little sluggos or chairs, whatever you want, right behind them. So it ends up being middle field open, 1 to 2, pick a side, 1 to 2. Middle field closed, you just invert it, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, and then middle field closed. This middle route usually hooks up over the ball or runs like a basic or an in. So just little kind of add-ons, you know, it's a copycat league, nothing new, but you can add on to these type of concepts, right? Boom. Those guys hit it up the seam late. Maybe it's there. You know, obviously he doesn't have time. This is a ridiculous front. I still think he could throw it to the number 3 up the middle, and that's probably where the ball should go. So from the timing here, let's watch his helmet stripe. You can tell he looks right, left. Again, eyes kind of all over the place. But right here, it looks like he's on Adams. He's out wide, not down the middle. Then he comes to the middle to be late. And our right tackle gets stepped on by our right guard. Boop, friendly fire. And we're really fortunate to get the ball out and even get an attempt at a field goal. Now, certainly, the wheels come off special teams. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I certainly appreciate the support for the channel. It really does matter. So thank you so much for subscribing, hitting the notifications, sharing it across all your platforms. I sincerely appreciate the support for the channel. Then if you want even more quarterback school content, we have it for you. The absolute premium content are the quarterback school courses. All of them can be found in the link in the video description. Then we've got the quarterback school Patreon community, really the foundation of this channel, the bedrock. They get special access to long format videos, really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So if you are interested in that, you will love the quarterback school Patreon community. Also have a bunch of additional free stuff. All of it can be found in the description to this video. I appreciate the support. Let's keep this one going for sure in this game. But man, that's a tough -4, -7. Next one, second half. Little weather. Love this throw. Little anticipation, whether this is a post or an over. This is a big time throw from within the phone booth. Again, he's trying to throw it with anticipation. He still gets it off with a little bit of anticipation. The thing is closing down on him. Again, he can't get through the throw. Certainly doesn't have to get through the throw. One of the best rotational torque guys ever. Again, that ball looks like it's low, but now let's look to see when he lets this thing go. So this route, really like it from Adams. He's pushing this thing. That's why I think it's a little bit more of a post-ish than an over. You know, I think over more true over. It's man, stair step, come across. So he really pushes this thing vertical and then sets it. And because it's man and guys are running here, there's all this space to lay this thing out. So Aaron actually lets this thing go early with a little anticipation. It's really nice. You can see he wants to throw it right there. He flinches. You know, maybe he's trying to work 13 down here to the bottom. 1 to 2, it's even more impressive. But watch when he lets this thing go. So he's throwing it right there. And look at Adams. He's not out of that. He hasn't set his line yet on that poster over. Shave it off a little bit. Really nice. A big time chunk play off play action. Great design. Taking advantage of that man coverage. See if we can see Aaron's eyes here. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to go our left down here. 13, no. Over the top, 1 to 2. It's even more impressive that it's 1 to 2 there with all that space. Really nice, well-designed play. Next, this is really where the wheels come off for me. 3rd and 8, 4th quarter. We're up 4, pack up 4. Big down right here. We got a little double move to Adams in the number 2, and he just stays on him too long. Again, watch that route from Adams in the number 2 position. He's going to set it just kind of like what I wanted the last time to attack that middle of the field, and the defender does a great job of collisioning him. You get collisioned. See how he just stays there, hang. Normally, I would say Aaron Rodgers can play through that faster. And this is kind of one of the bummers about when you have such a dominant guy on the perimeter, you just trust him to win all the time. And it can make you late or miss things that normally you would make. So some iteration of smash here. And then here's that double move. We're going to come up. We're going to set it like that little 5-yard in, fin, and then we're going to hit and attack the middle of the field. Again, we've already talked about red zone, split field safeties. You're going to attack the middle of the field. This is the easiest spot to throw touchdowns. High back 5 right here. That's where we're trying to go with the ball. If it's not there, which this guy does a great job of collisioning this route, make him run through your space. The ball needs to go either here quickly or down here, whether this is a spot or an arrow. Yeah, it's 3rd and goal from the 8, but let's throw this and give our guy a shot better than a sack and just trust the timing of it. And really it's the timing of once this is collisioned here, we got to get off of it. So he wants to set this thing and take the middle of the field. I love the play call. I love parts of the play call. You know, against this front 5-person protection, I think that there's arguments to be made to widening the edges potentially, but you got to do this sometimes too. So let's just go through how we would play this play with the collision at the number 2, right there. We got to get off of it. So once he's collisioned, we need to move. The pocket's closing in on us. Our right guard's getting walked back. Easy for me to say with the clicker. I get it. Move if you can, and the ball needs to get out to one of the number 1 receivers on the outside. So no, outside. And maybe he doesn't have enough time. I think he could buy a little bit of time if he wasn't a statue there. But that's a play where normally you would see Aaron get through that 1 to 2. And again, I get it. Easy with the clicker 6 months later. But you can see the potential there for at least a completion. Next one, 3rd and 8. And this is really the brutal one. 3rd and 8, 5:30 left, 4th quarter. We get an exotic pass rush. We got some pass pro issues. To me, this is an iteration of 0. They're doubling Adams up top. So you got 2-on-1 up top, and you got 0 everywhere else. We've got some pass pro issues. I'm not going to pretend to have the answers to it, but we miss an opportunity. Again, to me, watching the film, it looks like he's hanging on Davante Adams too long. And our right, it's 2-on-1. The ball needs to go to a 1-on-1. We also have pass pro issues, but just watch his helmet stripe. See how he's backing up, looking to his right? He's locked into the right. Okay, so that's the first part. The next part is just math. Okay, now it's just math because we don't have to block anybody. But let's go through the math here. There's 7 up front. We've got 6 in the pass pro. Okay? The reason that you walk guys up like this, the backs, I feel like Green Bay has done this forever, but even back to the Mike McCarthy days, is because they are going to take one of these A gaps. So if you're going, you got options here as far as your 6-person protection. The first option is usually half slide. So you're going to take half the line, the center and one side, the center and one side, and they're going to slide to the 3 most dangerous. The back is usually going to duel. In a weird world, it would be 1 to 2. In a normal world, it's going to be 1 to 2, 1 to 2. Very rarely would you want the back duel to be on the A gap because you're in deep S if the quarterback gets hit with both A's. So let's just assume, because the center here is going to the right. So he's going here. To me, it should be here, here, and then the back going 1 to 2. Okay, this is not what happens. We'll go through what happens, but this is what it should be. And if both of them come, you're in trouble and you're hot. You need a side adjust. There are other ways to do this, but the confusion here is that it looks like he tries to work all the way out, that he works all the way out, that he's trying to pass this thing off because the back really goes, he's checking something here, and then he releases out this way. He's not concerned at all here. So just the pass pro philosophy on this play, to me, confusing. Again, I'm not coaching pass pro for the Packers, but this is not an iteration of 6-person pass pro you want to live in. So see the center go to the right. So the center takes the guy on the right. The back checks the guy on the left. Boom. So that's the first part. But now we're bringing 4 to a side to the right. Watch the center. They try to pass off. Maybe they're trying to pass off a stunt. I can't tell you what the right guard is doing, though, because the right guard's on the defensive tackle, and he tries to get out on Bosa. Watch the right tackle. The right tackle's pushing all the way out to the DB type. Okay, so this is not a world we want to live in. Whatever the right guard and right tackle are doing, whether it's they're doing the right thing and we're just philosophically wrong, this can't happen at this level in the 4th quarter of the divisional playoffs on a 3rd down. It just cannot happen. That's the main part. Now, when we go back to the wide, so the pass pro issues, we have pass pro technical issues. Who's blocking who in the zoo? Now, coverage-wise, this is just what you see on 3rd down in the league. These are exotic looks. First of all, we got punt block up here with 7 on 6. Then this safety, this is not middle field closed. So closed would be in the middle of the field. Now maybe post-snap he works back here, but he doesn't. So this to me is 2-on-1. Down here now, we've got 0. Inside. Inside. Right here, one of these guys has to run out and get the number 3 here. If he had to play this over again, this ball goes to the post and it's a shot for a big play. Now again, I got the clicker. It's easy with the clicker. And we could do better. Watch the post. Throw it. Anticipate it, throw it. Now, I'm not going to say you need to get down to the check tight end down here to the bottom. That would be really hard unless you just saw it flash. On 3rd and forever, you wouldn't want to do that. But 3rd and forever, you could take your drop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and throw the post. Anticipate it, throw the post. You baseball turn the corner down here, we got a shot for a big play. I think that's fair. What's up with all Is that snow? Oh, man, I thought it was bugs. Flurries. So you can see here, it's a lot. It's not just Aaron, but there are parts of it that are Aaron, in my opinion. There are other parts of it of them doing a great job scheming us up. And then there are also elements of what I think are deficiencies in the pass protection, as much as scheme as personnel. Then the last one here, 3rd and 11, less than 4 minutes left. Again, hanging too much on Adams, just chucking up a post. I'm all for giving our best guy a shot to go make a play. I don't dislike that part of it. What I dislike is just predetermining pre-snap that you're going to do this, because I think he did that, because this is 2-on-1 and there's a dagger right in the middle of the field. Look at the G, y'all. Watch the G. See that in coming across? That's a massive play. Now, I'm never going to get too upset about giving your best player a chance to go make a play, but watch the in at the bottom. A variation of dagger. This is just dagger with, instead of a clear as a number 2, it's a post, or I should say a flag or a corner. But if he throws that deep in, if he sees that middle safety go double, see that safety 29, he's not playing the middle of the field. He's doubling Adams. So once you get that double, you just got to come off. We got 2-on-1 down here to the bottom. Look at the 2-on-1. Oh, that's just sickening. 3rd and 11. This is predetermining what you're going to do with the ball. Guessing. Sometimes you guess it's a fastball, you hit a home run. Sometimes it's off speed and you look rough. But if you're going to go out swinging, go out swinging. Give your best guy a shot. Now, pass pro wise, you can see the difference here. We widen the edge. We chip the edges. Love it. But my gosh, look at that in. Oh, oh man. Tough, tough. So that is a wrap. Aaron Rodgers, Packers offense, really kind of struggling, really in the second half specifically. The 3rd downs really let him down. Felt like Aaron just got hung up on Adams a few too many times. And I think that there's reason to think that normally that would be where you'd want to go with the ball. But for whatever reason, they had a really nice plan to take those things away, and would love to have seen him maybe come off of some of those looks a little bit earlier and do the things that we're accustomed to him doing. But still, gave them a chance. I just feel like there were too many missed opportunities, compounded by obviously the special teams nightmares of getting your field goal blocked, punt blocked. Some of those things are really tough to overcome. But again, some of the things that I think could potentially be an issue moving forward, as far as not having Adams there to be able to bail Aaron out on certain situations, could also kind of be a blessing in disguise, because it allows him to play a more, what I consider like old school holistic offense, to be able to really go through your progressions, as opposed to just trusting one guy to win all the time. That could potentially get you in trouble like we saw in the second half of this game. So let me know what you think of the video. I certainly appreciate you hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.